Today we're going to make a dish that's really great to make with kids. It's really simple and delicious and really easy. It's kind of hard to go wrong with this. We're just going to wrap a piece of halibut in the fig leaf and bake it in the oven. Open it up and put a little chervil and lemon on it. The fig leaf, you can't eat it at the end of this, but it imparts sort of a coconutty flavor, which is really delicious. It also protects the flesh of the fish so it doesn't dry out. So if you happen to overcook it a little bit, it's not that horrible. You know, you can have your kids clean the fig leaves off for you. And then you brush the shiny side with a little bit of olive oil. Almost all fish have an obvious side to put up, whether it's salmon, which works really great for this, or California sea bass. It's just seasoned. And this is just sea salt, but you can use whatever salt you have. You can fold them any old way. There's no way to really mess this up. And it doesn't have to fit perfectly, obviously, because that doesn't. And you have a little package, and you set that into the dish. And now you have an option. You can drizzle a little white wine on this, or what I like to do is just put a little bit of water on this. Then we're going to put this in the oven, about a 400-degree oven that's preheated for about half an hour. And while that's cooking, we're going to make the peas. This is something great to do with your kids. You can sit around a table outside with a big bowl and just shell peas. I often shell peas and cook them for dinner, even though I've been cooking all day long because it's such a relaxing thing. And then we're going to take a spring onion. You could use a yellow onion. You could use scallions, work really well. We're going to save all that for the compost pile. Then split it in half. And if there's an outside layer seems a little bit tough, we're going to take that off. Then we're going to slice this thin. I like the green part too. So we're going to take a little pan and warm it up. We're going to add a little olive oil. Add the onions. A little bit of salt. Just stir it around for a minute or two. We'll take some of these peas. I think a good big handful for each person. And you don't want to brown the onions in there, so I'm going to turn it down. Add a little more salt. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of water to this, so it kind of steams in there. So by the time the pea is cooked, you want just a little bit of water left. It almost makes a sauce for the plate. At this point, you could add an herb if you want. You can add a sprig of summer savory or winter savory. You could add rosemary if you feel like it. I think we'll add some mint in here. I find if you cook mint with vegetables, it doesn't taste as sweet and desserty as it sometimes does. So we're just going to add that right in with the peas. So while that's cooking, we're going to check the fish. Just take a spatula. The fish is very delicate at this point, but you know, if it breaks, it's not the end of the world. And peel back the leaf, and you can just break it open and look. If it's almost cooked all the way through, that's enough, because it's going to continue to cook as it sits. You have to warn everyone not to eat the leaf. It's not poisonous, but it's not pleasant to eat. I think our peas are done too. So the mint is just cooked in there. There's a little bit of juices left. For this season, I think it's great if everything's just green. I'm going to use some of the juice from the peas and pour that on the fish. And I have the chervil that I picked this morning. Chervil is such a delicate and nice herb. People always feel like they have to chop herbs very small, and I think for these types of herbs, you don't need to. And if you want, you can drizzle a little more olive oil on the fish, just to make it a little more unctuous. So this is extra virgin olive oil. There you go. That's it, the halibut with a little bit of chervil and some garden peas.